while I am letting people know I'm live, I'm going to continue playing where we left off from the Ratatouille musical.
I'm so sorry, little chef, it has to be this way. They want me to cook again, but I can't fake another day.
This is linguini.
We're not so different, you and I, both trapped, no way to go. Yet you're the one who made that soup, and they can never know. Now I sit here feeling crazy, I'm talking to a rat. But say I'm even crazier, I swear you're nodding back. Wait, can you understand me? Can you hear what I say? Is it your dream to be a chef? Perhaps that we can find a way. You're a rat, and that's that, and I should be scared, and I'm a dork with a fork, but if I dare to team with you, look at what we could do. We could see our name in light with a full restaurant each night.
This sounds like Ben Platt.
Where the dough went, 'cause I trust this cooking road and give it time, and you will see how great this restaurant can be. Here in the kitchen with my rat Grammy. How did you do that? Wow! That's strangely involuntary.
One look and I knew. We had the same crazy idea.
Okay. Huh? Ow! No! Where are you taking me? Wait. No!
I love this one!
What are you doing?
I'm cutting vegetables. I'm cutting
No,
vegetables.
you waste energy and time.
Okay.
You think cooking is a cute job, eh? Like mommy in the kitchen? But mommy never had to face the dinner rush where the orders come flooding in and every dish is different and none are simple and all of the different cooking times must arrive on the customer's table at exactly the same time, hot and perfect.
Hi,
Everything
Dankness.
counts and you cannot be mommy. Do you understand?
Not particularly.
You're such a stupid boy. Just listen to me.
Okay.
If you want to make it in the kitchen,
Yes, ma'am.
you can't just flare your arms around.
Right. Got it.
So, time to focus,
Okay.
stop and listen.
Will do.
Cause there's a million things you have to know about. Cause you know the customer is who we think about. So every decision we make is based on how they want to feel today. Which is what? Exactly.
I love Colette's Tango. I need a full version.
Got a connection I never knew could exist. With you by my side as a chef and a guide, and you with your long arms and legs. We'll pass every test till every chef is impressed. Through sausage, salads, and zests, we're gonna give it our best. And that's the recipe to, the recipe to, the recipe to success. Grammy and me used to pick
This is
blossoms
a meal.
from the old
Aw.
tree. We were best buddies, Grammy and me. We could eat the world by ourselves. Now there's no Grammy and me. We had to go and act like a rat that I don't know. For his performance, he should win an Emmy. Now it's Remy and someone else. I had false modesty. It's just another way to lie. You have talent.
But I don't. Everybody thinks that I'm this culinary wonder, like a Salieri of my food and drink. But all their expectations would be quickly torn asunder if they found out I'm not really what they think. I'd follow all the recipes. I'd do just what you tell me, cause I have a really high opinion of you. Except I have the secret thing in which I'm quite invested, and it keeps me from revealing that I love your advice. You see, just I have a little, it's not me. I have a tiny little. I have a really very tiny little, honestly inconsequential, ultimately small rash.
10 years ago.
Oh my gosh, Linguini. I love your advice. I love when he did that. Also, sorry about this ad.
At Lone Depot, we know home means everything.
No.
No, no!
Yeah.
Hello, Manuel. How you doing? Wait, what's this one?
There's a little rat.
Oh, this one's good.
Rabbit from inside Linguini's stupid hat.
This is from the little guy, the Chef Skinner.
Pretending that he doesn't know what he's doing to my brain. Just to keep me from the fame of owning Gusto's next chain. Oh, I know it's not important, but Linguini wants me to.
You're good? That's good.
Golden stew, go crazy over phantom rats, but I will not, in fact, be playing in that redhead noodles game of cat and mouse or rat.
Linguini, the rat! Hey, you've heard of ratatouille. Yes, it's some kind of veggie stewy thing, and so why then do we call that meal ratatouille? So many other dishes. Their names sound so delicious. This sounds like rat patootie. Call it ratatouille. Linguini, did you have a pet rat? Nope. In a lap pet rat? Nope. Did you live in slums as a homeless bum wallowing in debt? Nope. I saw a silhouette. Where? Underneath your chef's hat. Yeah. Hidden in disguise. Look me in the eyes, I'll never forget. Linguini, listen to me. Those rats are going through me. All over. Your friend will have to be descended. You'll be called a loon. You know what to do. If it's some kind of a stew, why is it? Bitter goodbye. You will have to die. Gustos will be great. Hey, could you refill mine? Regrettably, we are all out of wine.
Alright, I'm going to stop Ratatouille there, and I'm going to start playing Danganronpa. So let me go to Steam and yeah, play. Wow, I'm getting so many texts, so many notifications. All right, launch. Jenksmith says, Night 8? That's not possible in Five Nights at Freddy's. I know. Danganronpa. You can't see me, but I'm dancing right now.
Danganronpa.
Okay, oh, hi, Sayaka. Sayaka's here, hello. Anyways, tonight is Trial 4. We're figuring out who murdered Sakura. Some people on the stream think she killed herself. Some people think that she was actually murdered. All the characters in the game think she's actually murdered. And also, I really need Makoto to be nice to my wife, Kyoko. So, but anyways, I saved right before the trial last time, so... Okay. Wait, why did I say chapter select? Okay, let's go. You're currently in the VC listening to the reading? Okay, like this. Okay. Truth bullets. I'm gonna look through the evidence. Monokuma File 4. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door with the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. There's no actual lock on the door, though. Status of Sakura's body. Hold on, I need to... Okay, let me make sure I read this right. I don't know, I hear this trial is really hard, so I really want to make sure I do well at it. Killer did this. Chair had been jammed against the door, blocking access from the outside. Okay. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from where she vomited blood. But the blood that was vomited was like all the way by the magazine. I don't know, did she vomit and then go sit in the chair? I don't know, we'll figure that out. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Which I'm thinking maybe she was poisoned with that whole sea poison that we're going to get to later. A bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of the magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. Which I'm thinking she threw up the blood there and then went to sit down, but I don't know. Polka dot candy wrapper. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available. So, obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. Yeah, because Aoi took all of them, but she gave one to Sakura. Glass shards on the floor. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. Which possibly could have been a C4 bottle and not one of those Monokuma bottles in there. Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on a shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles, which I'm thinking, with those spaces, the bottles are supposed to be there. So, 2 bottles are missing, so I was thinking that one of those bottles was used to kill Sakura, but then we did the experiment where the remains of the shard glasses were heavier than the actual bottles. So, I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm thinking it was the C chemical thing, but where did the other 2 bottles even go? If they were missing. Chemical A2. Oh! So that is chemical A2. So it's not C whatever. Okay. So technically, Sakura was supposed to have chemical A2, but maybe was like, did someone pour the C? That C chemical thing? Did someone like pour that in her shaker cup? I don't know. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container, which I don't know why it's underneath the container, because if the bottle was there first and then we broke in, the glass would have been on top of the container. But clearly, that bottle was placed there after our friends broke in. Locker handprint. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was opened before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. But the handprints. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's dorm room. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her all day. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but she also claimed that she never went to see her. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it, which it looks like it's one of those candy wrappers. Yeah, it's a candy wrapper. So how did Hiro get a hand on it? Okay. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot, which there was a whole pile of, there was a whole thing of, spilled powder in the chem lab. Kyoko's examination summary. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. So no blood is on her hands, so she couldn't have written Toko in that magazine unless she wiped the blood off somewhere, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, the Monokuma bottle experiment. All the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against the intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. So it's not a Monokuma bottle, but I still don't know where the missing Monokuma bottles are. Well, one of them has to be broken in order to get that figure out. Magazine dying message. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so, but there's no blood on Sakura's hands, which is from Kyoko's examination summary. Okay. On the shelf in the chem lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as Section C had been placed in the Section A of the shelf, which part of me is thinking maybe that's the bottle that was heavier than the Monokuma bottles, but I don't know. But if Sakura had Chem A2 and Chem C9 was in there, could someone have possibly slipped the Chem C9 in there? I don't know. Source of powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled after the incident took place. Powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. After what incident took place? Chem C4. I don't know. So, do they mean, does Byakuya mean after? Does Byakuya mean after Sakura was killed? I don't know. Someone had left footprints in the powder in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. And that's where that Chem C9 is in Section A. And maybe those are Sakura's feet because she had powder on her shoe. This is so much to take in, but let's do this. Lost in thought? Are you kidding me? The time limit for each phase? Melodious voice. Your statement is destroyed. Okay, I don't think I need this, but what is this up here? Lost in thought. Creases. Oh, wait a minute. I can get the melodious voice if it's only 2. Oh, it's 3. It's fine. I'm fine. It's all fine. Please help me.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
I just noticed Monokuma changed the room to look Egyptian.
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Shush, Hina!
Whoa.
Stop going to conclusions so quickly.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Oh, gosh. Toko's account, Ao's account, Byakuya's account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
I'm thinking Hio's is the one that's wrong.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Yay!
No, it's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh! Non-stop debates are so stressful. Footprints and powder. Status of Sakura's body. Pocket trash. Okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but
I never went to see her.
That's true. He didn't go.
I didn't either.
Toko didn't go either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
I think that's
Come
wrong.
on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
I think it's Hiro because he has the pocket trash. That's because only Hina had them and she was with Sakura.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with us, there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Yay!
No, it's wrong.
Okay, I'm doing good at this so far.
Kira, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
It's a candy
The
wrapper.
wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Hiro.
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
So does Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Hiro, come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is when Sakura got the candy. Yay!
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was,
Hiro.
oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Well, we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Dude, y'all gotta chill.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
What proof?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Oh, is it the Toko inside the magazine?
At the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
she had written out Toko in her own blood.
No, but her hands.
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
But she didn't have blood on her
I said for
hands.
myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Dankness says Among Us in a nutshell. Yep. Basically. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was upside down. It was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense?
Hiro?
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Hiro? No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. Okay. Magazine dying message, status of Sakura's body, pocket trash.
I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
What?
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, there's definitely something wrong with what Hiro said. He says when I discovered the body, but we were the first people to discover the body.
I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
I don't know, is that right?
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Darn it! When Ogre's body was discovered?
Shoot!
I know that's the false one.
I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Maybe it's the size of Sakura's body? I don't know. But I know that's the false one, but I don't know what truth will it will.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Darn it! What's the truth bullet that goes with it?
Shoot!
There is that's the contradiction.
I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
There's some. Yeah, I know. But I don't know what truth bullet will do it.
Exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, no, I don't want to risk it.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I don't know.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I have no clue. Yay!
No, it's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No,
I
there's
think
no
we can
blood
all
on her
agree
hands.
Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt. She wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
No. It's because of the... I'm like... Oh, bullet time battle. Okay.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof.
What the fruit sound?
30% right.
Oh, okay.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Okay, I won. He was like coming at me. Like, what in the world?
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
So what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
That's true, Hero. Hero.
Yeah, that's...
Hero. Hero.
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her! Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
When I
Hero.
got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As soon
everything.
as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
Was she gonna... Or maybe she was trying to end her own life. I don't
So of
know.
course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off.
Well, that's a short trial. Nah, I'm sure there's a lot more.
It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So, why he didn't use... Why the magazine was hidden? Why he didn't use Sakura's finger? Why he picked Toko? Fudge nuggets. That's not the point.
Shoot.
Sorry! Sorry! Why the magazine is hidden. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Unless Sakura did it herself.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
There's only one choice. Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed him.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
Don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the body. But that's not where this case ends.
Yeah, Sakura is strong.
What do you mean?
I don't think one blow to the head would kill her. Injure her, yes. Kill her, no.
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Examination. You have a powder?
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Oka from behind before she could do anything.
Believe that.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer.
No, she had 2 blows to the head, not 1.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed him out of coop and I hit Oka from behind.
You hit her from and you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Darn it!
Shoot!
Fudge nuggets. I am not doing well.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
Is it
Grabbed
your
him out of
prize?
Kuma bottle from the
Examination
shelf nearby. And I hit Oka from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yay!
No, it's wrong.
Gosh.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her. But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
So maybe that's why 2 of them are missing?
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you
There's 2 of
understand
them
that,
missing.
you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chest piece it had inside.
That was the
But then
bottle
where did the
Hiro
other
hit
one
Sakura
go?
with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
But then where is the other missing one?
Originally, there were 6 bottles in total,
Yeah, 1 has gone
meaning
missing.
1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. Must be. Are you kidding me? Oh. fruit salad. In order. Yay! Chess? Where's an S? I noticed they had chess pieces. Where's another S? I need another S. Chess pieces. Yay!
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
Yeah.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king.
So we're missing the 6th one. Oh, okay.
Knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn.
So we're
Just
missing
those
the
4.
queen.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
It has to do with how Sakura has 2 blows to the head.
No, it's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared at any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Was that
I
broken?
got it!
Is that why the thing was
bottle
heavier?
must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
So that's why it was heavy. So it was 2 broken bottles and not that C4 thing. It wasn't just a single broken bottle.
I got it!
Yay.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is
There were 2 bottles.
there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
But then where was the top and where was the
So
other
from this,
Monokuma chess
We can
figure?
surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There could be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by...
I got it! The
Hello,
bottle that was
Ghost.
removed
Good
from
to
the
see
scene
you
was
here.
used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence,
How did the
this
reading
is the
go?
only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way!
Finishing up the reading, definitely better than the last chapter 4. It has more story. Good! I'm glad! I started reading it earlier.
Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Alright, what's up, Hero?
Okay, fine. Let's hear it. Right after I got Ogre's note, I was kind of nervous. So I went to the rec room to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
What? You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Hello, Kel. How are you doing? Random read most of the chapter. Nice.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone.
Was Toko in the
had
locker?
disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws?
Did you
on
not
this
get the
one?
murder
I think they've come.
for last time? Or how does the game work? No. This is a new trial. There's like a trial every chapter. So like there's a murder every chapter, and there's a trial every chapter to figure out who the murderer is.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You're in the locker.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Why are there so many murderers? I don't know. I didn't make this game. No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that Toko was hiding in the rec room. No! Why? So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper... Are you kidding me? The proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key nor use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets, but I'm on mean. You're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Let's do this. Gosh, I'm scared. Oh, 2 bullet time battles in one trial.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie. That's enough. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie.
Fudge nuggets.
That's enough.
This should
Yes! Yes! You know the common denominator here is MS. Who's to prove that you're not the murderer? I'm not the murderer. Makoto's not the murderer. He's the main character.
Inside of the locker, they must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Toko.
Stop wasting my
Shut
time.
up.
Just tell us the truth.
It's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura.
Shut up.
No, I swear
Stop
there's no
conclusions.
way.
Out with it.
Probably.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't even go.
All hands look the same. How would that help? Well, all hands have different sizes, especially if it's a picture of a handprint. Okay, I don't know what she might do.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
And then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
This is why you don't do drugs, Kel says.
And when I turned around,
Oh no.
there was Sakura covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean... Oh, Genocide Jill.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me away. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see...
You kind of like this girl? Genocide Jack or Toko?
Everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked it with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
Toko? I like Toko.
Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever. And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you? I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Faith got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem. Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hero's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed. Odd? What? Hero's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
You wish it could end, darling.
Oh my gosh. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Kyoko's examination. There's a yellow problem.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Yeah.
You smashed her head in with a Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Did you? If the second attack from Toko was really the killing blow,
everything peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up.
You were taken by some. You smashed her hand.
You got it.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Yay!
No, that's wrong.
Ghost says, got to do something IBRB. Okay.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
True.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair? No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
This has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack between the magazine shelf. There was an attack in front of the magazine shelf, but it wasn't the killing attack.
I got it. Sakura
Smug
was
pretty
definitely
boy,
attacked
Kel
in front of
says.
the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal? Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Why is Jill's tongue so long? I don't know. I didn't draw her.
After she killed Sakura,
It's just the way to tell Jill apart from Toko. No, the locker was open.
Until everyone showed up and opened the door?
No, the locker was
Everyone
open.
was all confused and hectic. She just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because not for
I
herself.
got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding there.
Yep.
Okay then. Where was she hiding?
I'm thinking she just left the room, but I don't know.
what's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case. But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
There's all that poison thing.
You're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Let's do this. Yellow powder! I'm finally gonna use the truth bullet.
What was it that killed Ogre? It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack. What was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me?
I'm thinking it's the shot to the head.
What was it that killed Ogre? It wasn't from Genocide. What was it?
There's no other possible cause that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
What?
Shoot!
Seeing all the anime art makes me want to stream Stella Glow, but I don't have a capture card 3DS. I see. Maybe it's the status of the dead body? I know that's the fallacy.
Jill's attack. What was it?
There's no other possible cause.
Is it Kyoko's thing?
Killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
What?
Shoot!
I can't fail this. No! I'm going to fail.
What was it that killed Ogre? It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack. What was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than
I don't
the
know.
actual event.
Yay!
No, it's wrong.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm not gonna fail.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Yep.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
That does not make sense.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
Check in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a gut or anything, then what made her vomit blood? Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Cal says, I consider Stella Glow my favorite game of all time, even though I've never beaten it. It's a very long game. I see.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Yes, it
Is
is.
it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course Jill is horny. She's Jill.
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking. The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor. Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along. You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene. Well, yeah, good point.
And kinky, apparently, Cal says. Lol.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Yes.
Is that the poison? It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it. Where'd you find it? The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison. I'm sure I know where he got it.
I got it! The poison was actually in section A, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It wasn't supposed to be, but it was.
You just said that section A was for supplements or whatever.
Byakuya's not pretty. Don't call him smug pretty boy.
Poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives. Yeah, so? Why? Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Byakuya? Couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
Huh? We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Why did you drink it?
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out! The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Why did you drink it, Byakuya?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Yeah.
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
I see.
Correct.
So it's not poison.
That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Was that what was in Sakura's shake? That was in Sakura's shake, and then she put it in Chemical C9? Oh my god! I want to scream, but I'm gonna wake my parents up. Protein. Where's P? I need a P. Where's a P? I need a P. Where's a P? There's a P. I need an R. Pro T T T T E I N D R. You shush. I N K. Protein drink.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene? A protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
I had a protein drink today. It was delicious.
What?
Achoo! Achoo!
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
How do you know?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
How do you know? The evidence that shows the switch in. Is it the footprints? Darn it! Sorry. I don't want to fail this! I can't fail this! I was doing better. It has to be the footprints, right?
I got it! Yes! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about.
Thank goodness this thing restores hearts.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Hi, Ghost. Welcome back.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
We'll see who...
It was me.
Huh? Hina?
The footprints. They're mine. If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep.
What?
I did it. I killed
Hina!
Sakura.
Hina, why?
Just as I suspected.
Hina!
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. people
Right.
here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? Are Hina, Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Yucky. That explains why you...
The picture to the left of Snug Pretty Boy looks like a cat girl. Makoto, are they yours?
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Just Hina. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote.
Yeah,
weren't
she
you?
was.
This whole time,
Hina!
you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
Why? She was your best friend!
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them are so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Huh?
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't
Hina!
matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Byakuya, you shut up.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
She sounds very unsure.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that,
I know. I moved to get a charger.
I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I cover the full truth of this case. Oh gosh. Can't lose. Source of the powder, footprints in the powder, yellow powder, workers' examination, and lab shelf.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
Jiddu, hello! What are you doing?
Section C.
How are you doing today? Darn it! You've been asleep for 15 hours? I'm glad you got sleep. What do we do? I'm gonna fail! I'm gonna fail!
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
I feel like that one's the fallacy.
That's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Jiddu says, good, how are you? Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking there's footprints, there would be footprints there too. But, so I have an idea of what the fallacy is, but I need to find the truth bullet that will contradict it. What, you know?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Wait.
And that's where I switched the powder.
Darn it. Is it the footprints in the powder? I think that's the one.
That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
I'm okay. Are you? I'm great, Jiddu.
First I went to section C. That's when I grabbed the candy, spilled some of the... Yeah. And I grabbed...
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C.
Yay!
No, it's wrong.
I'm not gonna fail. I'm not failing this trial. I'm not failing.
You said you went to get the poison from section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
There would be footprints
And
everywhere else,
after
but there's
that,
only one in
you
the
said you
left.
moved from section C to section A to get the protein.
But there were only footprints by
left
A.
at the scene were not moving from section C to section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Hina?
Well,
No, that's wrong! Yeah.
You lied to us.
What the
Plain and
frick,
simple.
Hina? Why?
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you
Just get
never
the right
went to
answer,
section C.
please. I just...
Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
well,
Hina, what the heck?
What the hell? What's going on here?
Byakuya is
And
stressed.
the
Lol.
footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Alright, Kyoko.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
Haha,
It was
Byakuya
hidden
freaking
inside
out.
the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Wait, huh? So Byakuya could have almost swallowed glass.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Get him, Kyoko, get him! Get him! Take that,
Yes, I
Byakuya!
really do
Take
know.
that!
Explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in
Yeah.
is light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Judy says, LMAO, Byakuya is kind of shook. I'm like, yeah, I love that I threw him off. He's like second guessing himself, as he should. He needs to notice his
You're
actions.
right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
what do you think about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Tina told us, should have been... No! No. Gosh, I'm
what's
failing so
strange is
miserably.
that
Where's the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? The rec room locker?
I got it!
Darn it.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
I will not call him that. Don't know how to spell or pronounce it from this moment forward. He must know. No. Hey, Kel, I appreciate that you're trying to help me, but I really don't want any help unless I ask for it. Because I really want to try to do this all on my own as much as I can. So please don't give me any help unless I ask for it. Judy says Byakuya is the ultimate redditor because of the time he spends on r/I'm very smart.
And yet, Somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
But it
There's
wasn't
no
broken
other way
until
to
we
explain
got
the
in.
presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That
Yeah.
had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words,
Yeah.
after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Shush, Byakuya. You claim to be so smart. Why aren't you getting this?
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because it was on top of the
We
glass.
already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
Yes, she
That
was.
can wasn't there when she died. How did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay,
Yeah.
then, that settles it.
Why do you love Byakuya, Jiddu? Why? Why does anyone love Byakuya?
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Byakuya, not everything revolves around you. The world does not revolve around you. He's finally starting to realize that. You're sorry for committing this grave sin. The protein drink.
When it
Wait,
comes
why
to
were we
that
only 2
protein
minutes?
can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
What the fruit salad? Stupid noise.
When it comes to that protein, there's not a doubt until it absolutely.
So you're someone plant?
No, it had to have been in there the whole time.
It had to be. It was in there before.
Yay!
No, it's wrong.
You think Byakuya grows on me?
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
I still don't really like him. Sorry.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
They were under the
We
protein
also
can
found
too.
pieces underneath the can.
What?
Take that, Byakuya. Take that.
This proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Hina was
So
with
it
us
had
when
to
we
be
walked in the
after
room.
we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case,
Kel says
that
it's
would explain
11:30,
the
but
can
sleep
being
isn't
on top of
important,
the
so I'm going to
glass.
stay. Okay.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Hina returned it there after the crime, did she?
that's all true. Then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Am I gonna have to bullet time battle with
Tell
Byakuya?
us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, it had to have been... I'm thinking Sakura.
I got it!
Yay!
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
Ghost says, oh, if you're wondering what I was doing, you had to talk to someone from your hometown for a Christmas payroll your hometown's doing. That's cool, Ghost. Jadu says, I understand why people don't like Byakuya, so we can agree to disagree. And Kel says, the smug pretty boy is losing his smug.
You're lying! Stop lying!
Kyoko would not lie like that.
Why would you lie like that?
Stop. Oh, it's another bullet time battle, gosh darn it.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar!
Final strike, oh no.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Ah! What the fruit salad?
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong!
It's the powder on the...
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
It's this! It's this!
This should prove it.
Okay. No, I am not bad at these.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Ghost says, not sure why for bullet time battle I imagine the spirit of Miyagi dancing. Naegi, you mean? And then Jadu says, you did it, Pog! Lol.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me!
Hina, stop!
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. There's only one way to explain it.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, I also think Sakura killed
The one who
herself.
killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Hina wanted to protect Sakura, friendship. Yeah, but then also everyone would have died. Done with your idiocy says, isn't this a high school or something? Why is there poison here? Because this is supposed to be where ultimate students go, so I'm guessing like the ultimate scientist would like use the chem lab or something to experiment. And Judu says, gas, shock, horror.
The killer was Sakura? So you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there.
Yo, Kana, what's up?
Her last breath.
And Dingus says, so I was right that Sakura did commit not living. Kana says, for those pursuing either biology careers or a career in medicine/chemicals. Ghost says, Sakura must have did seppuku, okay. And Kana says the poison thing. And Dingus says, Sodaku ghost, Sodaku.
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Kina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it,
Judu says, can't
the more I
believe she
realize how
committed the
unusual
act
your
of
actions
no longer breathing until said Sakura did a Sudoku.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
Got everyone. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
What in the world?
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Jiddu says, this is hilarious. It's meant to be a sad moment, and everyone in chat is like, lol, she deaded herself. Epic Sudoku moment.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's
Hina,
over!
we're all going to die if you claim to be the murderer.
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Not the final thing. Not the closing argument. Toko got in the rec room and hid somewhere in the locker. Wait, is it this? It was in the Monokuma battle that Kira hit Sakura with. Oh shoot! It was the knife. Ah! Toko. He wrote Toko's name. Toko, who was in the locker. Wait. Wait a minute. No, she came out from there. That's her coming out. What did she do with the magazine that had the dying message written on it? She placed it away. Like, she placed it somewhere. Stop moving like that! Okay, stop moving like that! She placed the magazine upside down. And then it was in the Monokuma battle that Genocide Jack hit Sakura with. It's right here, it's the queen. Ah! What actually killed Sakura from the chem lab, right? Yeah. There was something on the floor near Sakura's body which someone grabbed. It's the bottle. Ah! Is it this? C9? What was it that they switched with the bottle? It was the cup. Oh wait! That thing is right there. Okay, let's try.
The killer is you!
I guess I am. It's so annoying. Hina, why do people think Hina has no personality or is boring? Hina's great. Am I getting Joy-Con drift on my Mac? I don't know. I'm just scrolling and then it decides to go back. Like, I literally don't know why.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toka. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Gosh darn it! Okay, I gotta switch to 2. Ah! Okay, so... could have made it a little more clear, but it's fine, I'm fine, it's all fine. So this was when Toko came out of the locker.
Here's exactly what happened. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toka. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yay! Okay.
She found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toka. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
It was
She
upside down.
put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. She freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Jody says
After
Waka
those 2
Sakura.
blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
What? Yes, it was! What do you mean? That wasn't her cause of death! What the fruit salad? Oh, fudge nuggets. That thing was right there. Wow, I can't believe I'm an idiot like that. Okay.
The killer is you! And that explains how
Not,
Sakura was attacked
if I get
twice with the
one
same
more
type of weapon.
fail, I'm going to fail.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
What? I'm freaking dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead. I'm dead. Nope.
Is Is this real?
No, it's not the end. Yes, I'm giving it another shot.
I refuse to give up
What's
yet.
another thing then? Okay, and Byakuya. And then Toko. Where's Toko? Here. And then Knight. The Toko message. Toko came out. What'd she do? She put it upside down. She smacked it with the queen. Where's the queen? There's the queen. Wait, so it's not this, and it's not this, but what is it? Is it... Ah! Nope, not that. Is it this? Maybe it's this? Help me, please.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
The hand was gray. How'd you not notice? I don't know.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Kel says, would she still have died to the head wounds anyway, though? No, I don't think so, because Sakura is strong. Also, hello, Joyless Knight! Welcome! I'm at the closing argument of Trial 2, but how's your day, Joyless Knight? How are you doing?
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of
I am
weapon.
good. You? I'm doing great. I've been pretty productive today, and now I'm about to finish this.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
Come on. Yay!
It
Finally!
was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
Why, Sakura?
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there.
Yeah, kinda agree. She would have survived the 2 blows to the head.
We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
But why?
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Isn't that right,
In
Hina?
an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
But why? Why does she want everyone to
One who
die?
went to all that effort was you, Hina.
But why?
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened. But Makoto, how did you manage to? How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because I'm awesome and you're not.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Haha.
See? Didn't I tell you?
Haha,
When you dismiss other people's
Byakuya.
feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Hee hee, hee hee. Take that, Byakuya. Oh gosh, I don't think I got an A on that. Wait, why am I getting A's? What? How did I get an A on this trial? How did I get an A? I thought I was gonna die multiple times. Smug pretty boy is losing his smug again. Yeah, he is. How did I get an A?
Okay, I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Kel says, I mean, that's how school works.
So, who will be chosen as the Blacken? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Why are you sad, Monokuma? Is it because you wanted to execute someone, but you're not? Because they're already dead? You think you did crappy when you were great. It's so true. You hate the bear? Here's the thing. I think Monokuma's well written. I love Monokuma. I think he's very funny, but I'm not rooting for him. If that makes any sense.
My entire existence existence.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. She wanted to be with Sakura? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why...
You should have been the one to die.
Yeah, I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You're gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious?
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness.
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive this.
My closest friend got hurt. Bless you. Thank you, Manuel. Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina,
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Oh. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... Oh. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. Misunderstanding?
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Hina,
Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
What?
Huh?
Some protein.
Yeah. The last conversation. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt, right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died? What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. Monokuma!
It's true.
This is the one Sakura adjusted to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What, then... You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally look at my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy, I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. You wrote that note. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene, cut!
And?
So what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of the story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive. I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. Wow. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me.
You have arrived? Welcome back, Jiddu.
Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
And now you know why I love Sakura. Yes, I do see that, Kana. Hi, hello, Jaru. I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Wow. I've never had people like you in my life. Sakura! Didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that. Ghost says, wait, does this ever mean the Yakia what?
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
Wow. The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. Yes, Kana says yes, Go. She even considered Byakuya as a treasured friend. And then Jadu sends crying emojis. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. Ghost says, why? Ghost.exe stopped working. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her... Shut up. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
Shut up. What do you mean? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not the enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Dang straight. This is all because of her misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Wah! Judy says someone must have held a gun to her head if she wrote it. LMAO, why else would she consider Byakuya and Toko friends? And Kel says, I hate this bear. And Ghost says, I can understand Toko more than Byakuya as a treasured friend. Hana says, good, given to your anger. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
That's not how this is supposed to go!
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Oh, how lovely, Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is what? Byakuya, what?
Naturally. Don't make me.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I no longer will be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go! And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire! Everyone!
Hey,
Well, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? But nothing good can come out of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the
The
heck?
fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you
the
guys?
What?
What?
What? You're not gonna...
Wrong.
It just doesn't mean I can sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
A special guest for your punishment? Okay, let me turn this off at the top. What? A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Okay. I'm confused. No! 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 Not alter ego! No! What the fruit salad? Excavator destroyer? Right. Are you gonna have trouble sleeping after this? Maybe. Maybe, Kel. Maybe. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grill is where it's at. Oh my gosh. I don't really understand why, but... yeah, why? Why did Chiquito have to jog twice? When I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I'll never know what he found out. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the heck up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is that what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No, you knew about him from the very beginning. I knew Chiquito was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop? It was, I guess you could call it, a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something difficult.
Hey!
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time had made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can even go lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, here we go. Okay. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like to tell you about to the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hit deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. But you can just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve! fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
it sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line on the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh. Well, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, well, I'm out of here. Yeah, I would consider Chihiro a he-him because he wasn't like... He was pretending to be a girl, but he wasn't... He was pretending to be a girl, but like he... Yeah, like Kana said, he went with she, her, but was working towards gaining the confidence to be called he, his. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really get free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Yeah, it does have to do with their backstory. About Chihiro's backstory, about his pronouns. Okay. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plan on bombing us or something? And if we try to leave the school, the sensor goes off? And the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. And how did Kyoko know that? No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that. Okay. Kana says, as long as you bring up... Blah, blah, blah. As long as you don't bring up phrases like man up, or even though you're a boy, Chihiro wouldn't have minded being called a boy. Yeah. I like Chihiro too. He's also one of my favorites, Jiddu. Okay, so the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But... Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. You were about to, Byakuya! What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Yeah, we are.
Stop talking.
You kept freaking out, Byakuya, like during half the trial. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
What? What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Okay. Jiddu says, also Byakuya's whole I'm bowing out of this game shtick was what made you like him? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are, sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends, yep.
No, 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 no!
No. I want the abuse, give and take. Me! I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up upon us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Huh? What? Wake up. Huh? Wake up? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. What? Oh, it's Kyoko. Hi!
Kyoko? Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door! It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
And always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Huh? Without another word, she was gone. What the... Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. You're sending a pic to the Danganronpa chat, Jadu? Alright. As long as it's not a spoiler for me, then I'll see it. Oh gosh. Bayonetta legs? You're saying Byakuya has bayonetta legs? I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Where'd she go? Eventually I wound up at the data center. But when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, rattle, rattle, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor. Oh,
What's
what
this?
the fruit salad, Monokuma? Yeah, we know that. You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you going to try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko.
You too? You guys?
Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Go on, get out of here! Shoot! Shoot! Huh? So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
What? Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late. We leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
What? Sure. And then that was over. Okay.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Hmm? Kyoko is right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school.
The 16th student?
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Wow. What scene is coming up? Wait, why does it say midnight when Kyoko said it's 3 a.m.? Unplayable. Immersion shattered. Wait, we're near me and Dee's favorite meme. Don't worry, not a spoiler. I know exactly which one you mean. What? A meme? Wait, what? Okay. Why did that make you laugh as much as it did? Dankness. That scene is coming up. Here it is. Let's go. Watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. Watch out for her. That's the meme?
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba.
That's the meme? What?
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
That's a meme? Just that whole
The
thing?
one they call
What?
the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
How is that a meme? Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. What? 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Wait, what? 100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. I'm gonna start chapter 5. I'll probably play for 15 more minutes and stop at 1. The day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So, let's begin with the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think anyway. Oh, it's a meme because it comes out of nowhere and is shoved down their throat for the rest of the game. And Jadu says it's so left field. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
And no matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. Man, you're so boring. You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom. Princess Toadstool, you should call her.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. Oh look, Byakuya's trying to be a friend. Adorable, Kana says. But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
Fruit salad? And you're okay with that, Togo? Jeez, How low is that rock you're hiding under? I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level ever again.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started our exploration. Okay. So I'm guessing now we have the 5th floor? Wait, Okay, so we can go to the 5th floor. Let's see what's up here. So here I am on the 5th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. The 5th floor isn't open to us, and it's totally different from all the floors we've seen up till now. For some reason, it feels unpleasant. Okay. What's in here? What in the... No more! Secrets, he's so dirty. Stomp, okay. I'm guessing no one's in here. But let's see what the blackboard says. Oh, Toko's here! Okay. Haha, catch me if you can. Wait up! I'm gonna punish you! Gross. Wow. Does she want to talk to me about something? Toko, what's wrong? Is she trying to say something? I think she's almost just a little more and I might get it. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what it is you're trying to tell me. She just let her shoulders drop. She looked so sad. I guess she gave up. Oh, Toko. Okay. What's this way? This is room? This is a theater! What Kyoko told me yesterday, what the heck did it mean?
Yukiro Ikusawa, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko? Not... okay. Oh, right. Hey, you understand why, right? She was trying to tell me that whatever it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. But how did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
So then...
We're finished here. She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. And just like usual, I didn't understand anything better than before. Kana says, I think Monokuma is developing a crush on Makoto. And Kel says, alright, Byakuya, cut her tongue out. Cut Togo's tongue out? The target seems pretty far away. Gotta say, pretty proud of my eyesight. Oh, yay! don't think I... Do you have to? Even though this room is totally enclosed, there's a cherry tree planted here. It's in full bloom.
Hey,
It's quite elegant. This is what you consider elegant?
indeed.
I've lived overseas for a long time, so this is kind of Japanese-style scenery is refreshing. But considering her situation, isn't it kinda out of place? Oh, now y'all are counting how many times they say Makura Ikasaba. Right now it's at 3. It's a straw post used for sword practice. Did they use it for training here too? Yay! What's this? A suit of armor on display. It's extremely Japanese. Yay! Is that it? Yay! That's it. Okay. Where am I? Went there. Ooh, there's a garden this way. Wow. This is looking like that scene from that Space Channel 5 game that Press Start played that had like all the plants. That's what this is reminding me of.
Yo.
At first I thought I saw blue skies, but it turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling.
You know?
Oh, but the plants are all real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. It helps me relax.
What the heck?
That's not what you're thinking, is it? Huh? Why is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there, just beneath the surface, beneath their calm exterior. They're always watching and waiting. And when they decide they can't leave us in charge of Earth anymore,
The end is nigh!
they'll put their plan for global human extinction into action. She's speaking of Audrey, too.
Well?
I'm serious! Okay. I said I'm serious and then Siri popped up. Kel says, here you smoke weed daily. Shut up. You smell vegetation constantly. Is this a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here? There's chickens here. They're just regular chickens, right? Like they don't eat people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that. It seems safe. It's a chicken. It's really alive, right? There's no mistake. Okay, is that it? Oh, I have to check every one. Okay, that was kind of pointless. Yeah. What? Oh, you like chickens too, Makoto? Yeah, I love these little guys. They're seriously cute, and there's exactly 5 of them here. Exactly? 5, you know, the number that comes after 4 and before 6, at least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, that's a good omen. It contains the mysteries of the cosmos.
I'm at least 30%
It's a number of
right.
power! A refreshing number on par with hand-squeezed, all-natural lemonade. Dankness says Hero probably watched a little too much Little Shop of Horrors. He never lets me get a word in edgewise. So, what can I investigate? Ooh, what is this? This thing is super weird, super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. Is this thing real? Monokuma! Watch out! That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with the name myself. Try and touch it, and you're in for some real excitement. Your heart's all like, whoa! The plant's all like, snap! And your flesh is all like, brother, I'm dead! In other words, it's a monstrosity. It's pretty freaking amazing, if I do say so myself. The student at Hope's Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature. The ultimate botanist. Although they don't even go here anymore. They died during the tragedy.
Actually,
By the way, despite how it looks, that flower is super practical. It can eat paper, plastic, even people, so it's totally good for the environment.
well,
Such an eco-friendly creation is vital for future growth of a healthy society. Not that I know anything about that myself. Spouting more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappeared. Whatever it is, I'd better keep my distance. Yay, I got a coin though! It's over here. Just to be sure, I should take a look in that tool shed. This place seems totally disorganized. From a lawnmower to a fertilizer, flower pots to farm tools, and leaning against the back wall, is that a pickaxe? Okay. So many flower pots, big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers to put in my room. That'd be nice, Makoto. There's a lawnmower here. Even with this here, who's actually going to take care of the lawn? Yay, coin! Crazy. There's something carved into the handle of the pickaxe. Crazy diamond. It's Mondo's. It's Mondo's. There are different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to become self-sufficient? Okay, can I leave? Yay! Is that it? Have I seen everything? That's a camera. There's some kind of control panel set near the wall. Does it control the air conditioning or something? Monokuma! It's for the sprinklers! Sprinklers? Yes! It controls the sprinklers in the garden! Ghost says stand up power. Kel says someone is going to die in there. We will see. Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden! The sprinklers are set to go off every morning at 7:30. Don't you dare change it without permission! Of course, the settings panel is locked, so you couldn't change it if you wanted to. So that means the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning. Yep, you got it. It's super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched. So watch yourself. But you're not a little kid, right? You're too old to go running through sprinklers anyway. Or do you have some kind of water fetish? I'm gonna go tell everyone! Alright, can I leave? Yeah, I'm getting out of here. What else have I not explored? There's another science lab here. Wait, have I explored this room? It's Hina! Whoa! I'm getting... What is that horror game that Prestart would play during Halloween? It's like Corpse something. I can't remember, but those are the vibes I'm getting here. Kel says, sprinklers are great, Monokuma. You besh, I hate this bear. What I saw was bad enough, but what I smelled was sour, pungent, and possibly rank.
I see.
It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around your fair share of corpses. Are you saying... It's the smell of death. Their flesh and fat and blood. There was no surprise in his voice, no shock. But he was right. I had experienced the smell more than once before. It was the smell of death and despair. But the smell here is strong, condensed. It's the smell of a battlefield. Monokuma must have...
Hey!
What? My fault again? Stop trying to blame everything on me! Okay. Corpse Party. Yeah, that's the game. Thank you, Ghost. Dankness says, now this is my kind of style. Judu says, non-pink blood. Whoa! Oh my gosh, you have a point! The blood is red! Kyle says, smug pretty boy is too smug to give a piss. Kana says, oh no, is Sachiko gonna show up and cut off some tongues? Don't know what that's referencing, but okay. No, it's quite the opposite. The opposite? Yep, let me give you an itty-bitty, eegee-squeegee little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. I just left it exactly how I found it. What?
Yes, indeed.
How's that for a hint? Better than those stupid hints you get from NPCs in those old mean RBGs. But it's pretty scary, huh? Blood all over the walls and junk. Of course, even in the outside world, people die bloody, gruesome deaths every day.
I can't wait.
So it's not really a big deal. Just keep your chin up and keep on living, soldier! What's he talking about? He just left it the way he found it? What's the meaning of all this? Okay, what I have to look for. Those are people. There are white chalk outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? I've seen this kind of thing on detective shows and stuff like that. You always see it at the scene of the murder. I wish I could say I don't believe it. What in the world? There's blood all over the place. I want to shut my eyes forever against such a ghastly sight. It appears all the bloodstains are dry, and their color has changed as well. I think it's safe to assume these stains are considerably old. This is all really blood? Of course, I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened to this classroom? It seems like he's enjoying himself. No way can I keep up with someone like that. What else is there? What's over here? Oh, never mind. Well, actually, yeah, I'll leave the area. And now there's something over here. This looks like another science lab. Biology lab. It's locked! Are you kidding me? The sign in the hall says Biolab. Biolab? That we're forbidden from seeing into. Kinda sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie. I guess I've seen what there is to see up here for now. Once again, nothing I found seems to make any real sense. I need to head back to the dining hall and find out what the others turned up. Yeah, that's why the blood isn't pink, it's dried. One after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall. And before too long, it would appear everyone has returned. But still, it's just the 6 of us. That's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Don't be a sourpuss. We gotta think positive. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still field a basketball team. That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we have to do our best. Can we stop all this group hug nonsense? We need to find out what everyone discovered. Okay, well, we know you discovered that room. Did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor? Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. The smell of flesh and fat and blood. The white outlines of countless corpses. It was more dreadful than anything I've encountered here so far. What the heck are you talking about? The smell itself was horrific, far beyond any normal murder scene. Everybody's smell concentrated. Gosh, I'm glad I didn't see it. I feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it. But I mean, what the heck happened in that room?
So in other
I can only think of one thing. A large group of people died in that room. A bunch of people were killed in there. Stop! Seriously, I'm gonna throw up!
It can't be.
Perhaps that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, tragic event in human history. You're thinking the same thing, then. My theory is, the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room, that was the tragedy that happened a year ago?
In other words,
Precisely, the tragedy is another name for the genocide of the student body of Hope's Peak Academy. If that's true,
it's all clear.
that would explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors.
Hey,
I mean, I guess it all makes sense, but it's all just so awful. Not just awful, super awfully awful. You're right, it's beyond awful. It's terrible, tragic, hopeless. But still, how is it not one of us ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? Alright, Hina, what'd you discover?
Yeah!
I checked out all the windows on the 5th floor, front back. That used to kind of be Sakura's job, but... Anyway, no dice. There were metal plates on all the windows, just like everywhere else. Correct. Which means no chance of escape on the 5th floor either. But when I was looking around the layout of the school... What exactly did you notice about the layout of the school?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto? Huh? Why do you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you must have noticed. The 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has. Bathrooms? Oh. So we're at the top floor. There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clear picture of this school. All that's left now is to solve the underlying mystery. But that's the hardest part.
Okay.
Even if it's hard, we still gotta do it. Yeah, Hina's right. Everything will be okay. As long as we work together, I'm sure we'll make it out of this. No, not I'm sure. We absolutely will make it out, no matter what it takes. Okay.
You know?
Well, there's a big garden up on the 5th floor, and I found more than one thing to be worried about. Oh my gosh. Why are you sus? Bunch of chickens in a coop, right? That's right, 5 chickens. I love chickens. Let's raise them up big and fat. Then we can make fried chicken or barbecue. Decisions. Oh, or how about raw? Because there's Hina, no. I'm pretty sure that yeah. Okay, what else here?
You know?
Wait, what the fruit salad?
You know?
What? What? There we go. Monokuma said that was called a Monokuma flower. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
Serious?
It's totally a man-eating plant. It's Audrey too! I'm pretty sure it's different from the one that lives in the pipe, though. Anyway, that thing must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else in there. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every morning at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry. They say idiots never catch colds, you know? Of course, not because idiots never get wet. I think you're thinking of ducks. I'm starting to worry about you, Hiro. Can you tell me what 10 plus 10 is? Hey, come on, you don't always have to call me dumb. I may have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make me stupid. But if it'll make you happy, I'll answer your dumb question. So, what was the question again? Don't worry, you just answered it.
You know?
Okay. You noticed it too, huh? That pickaxe.
What?
Huh? What about that pickaxe? It said Mondo's name on it. Or it said the diamond name on it. It said Crazy Diamond. Haven't we seen that phrase? Yeah, it's Mondo's gang.
It's true.
We've definitely seen that phrase. It was on Mondo's uniform, on the back of his jacket. His jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy Diamond. Yeah, that was the name of his gang. You're absolutely right. Jadu says, I've got a dip. I need food. Enjoyed watching the stream. Take care. Well, thank you for stopping by, Jadu. Yeah, as soon as free time begins, I'm gonna probably stop, but gotta talk to everyone.
Could it be?
Mondo must have... No.
Not possible.
But we didn't have access to the garden until today.
That's right.
Then maybe Mondo brought it with him when he first came here, and Monokuma confiscated it. Yeah, just like what happened with Yufumi's camera. Whatever the reason, that's what stuck out to me in the tool shed. The pickaxe connected to Mondo. Well, what stuck out to me wasn't the pickaxe at all. Huh? Then what did?
Yo.
What I noticed was the lawnmower. I'm thinking maybe we can use it to call for help. How are you going to call for help with a lawnmower? I don't know. Maybe I can use it to make crop circles or something? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to make crop circles. And we can use those to call for help. What the heck's happened to you? You weren't like this in the beginning, you know. Well, back then my personality hadn't quite solidified yet. I didn't think it was possible, but I'm more disappointed in you now than I've ever been. Okay. Toko? Don't tell me Toko doesn't speak.
What?
Hey.
Because you told her to zip it or whatever. Gosh darn it, why? I took care of the odor problem. What? Don't interrupt me. Well, I was in the classroom on the 5th floor, and something caught my attention. It was this. A knife? That thing is huge. It's like Rambo size.
What?
It's a survival knife of some type. But what was it doing in a classroom?
Well,
How would I know?
Very suspicious.
What are you going to use that knife for? What are you planning to do to us? I'm not going to do anything. I just picked it up. I didn't want to leave a knife just laying around.
How about that?
I'd rather have it laying around than in the hands of a serial killer. Don't compare me to her. I'm nothing like her. Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it?
You know?
We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
what's your
I don't want it
problem?
anyway. It's too dangerous. So, what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Okay. Me? Oh yeah, I totally trust Makoto to take care of it.
Okay.
Then that's that. Hold on, don't I get a say?
It's all clear.
It just shows how much they trust you. You should do as they ask. Are you sure it's trust? I feel like they're just using me. Okay, so here you go, Makoto. They're acting like I already said yes. Fine. I guess there's nothing I can do. I'll just keep it in my desk drawer for now. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Hey, Toko. Do I still have bad breath? Sorry. I'm sorry it stinks. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You made a valuable discovery. Good job. Huh? Did Master just praise me? Hey, good for you. I'm dreaming. I must be dreaming. Ah, if I would ever experience such a dream. I feel strange. Oh, Toko. Alright, Kyoko's last.
Hey,
My concern is with the biolab. That was the only place on the 5th floor that we couldn't access. The biolab, huh? I wonder what's in there.
Could it be?
If this were like a cliche horror game, it'd be some kind of creature, the final boss, or tyrant, or... We're not in a horror game, though. We're in a visual novel. Either way, we don't need to worry about it at the moment. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be understood, no matter how much you think about it.
Naturally.
Your tiny brains can only do so much, so focus on utilizing them efficiently.
Well,
I don't really like how you said it, but what you said is probably right.
What?
No, Howard, shut up. Well, I think that's all the new information we have for now.
Yo.
So now what do we do? Well, starting today, no, we are not.
No way.
Kyoko's identity? Oh, like her ultimate identity. Hina's the ultimate swimming pro, Kyo's the ultimate clairvoyant, even Makoto's the ultimate lucky student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but... So what about Kyoko? Can anyone tell me what she is? Now that you mention it, she's never told us. Well, Kyoko doesn't really like talking about herself anyway. It's not a matter of what she likes or doesn't like. This is a matter of trust. Can you trust someone who's unwilling to reveal their true identity? We need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicion. So Kyoko, it's time you told us. Why? Kyoko, why? Why don't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
What do you mean?
So...
Because I don't remember. Huh? I have no memory of what I am. You have no memory? You mean... amnesia?
What?
If I thought you had a sense of humor, I'd say you were joking. But if this is a joke, I'm not laughing. You can't be serious right now, can you? I knew you wouldn't believe me. That's why I didn't say anything.
However...
But it doesn't matter. Either way, the truth will make itself clear before we're done.
What?
So you have no intention of telling us. Then I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Hey,
What are you going to do? Torture me? Nothing so barbaric as that.
It's all clear.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. Don't you do that to my wife, Byakuya.
Just give up.
Byakuya, you shut up. A threat like
that's
that.
fine.
You're finally in the mood for conversation. Fruit salad? What? Kyoko!
It can't be.
Because...
Whether I want to or not, I can't. All I can do is keep telling you that. Byakuya, why are you like this with my wife? Maybe she really did lose her memory. If you really think about that, it does sound totally impossible. This is the worst school ever where only the worst stuff happens, right? Amnesia would fit right in.
However...
The worst school where only the worst things happen? Do you really mean that? Huh?
Hey,
Can you really be sure that life here has been filled with only the worst things? What do you mean? Perhaps I've said too much. Okay,
Come on.
goodbye.
I'm not going to do any harm to any of you. Those were her last words as she left. Kyoko! The dining hall was silent. The only sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What's her deal? I think you went too far, taking a room key like that. For her, that wasn't far enough. Or maybe she gets off on the attention. I can't believe her enjoying getting yelled at.
Stop talking.
You're getting noisy again, Toko.
Come on.
Sorry, I can still hear you. The sound. Fudge you. But what's Kyoko gonna do now? Plus, this situation, it's just like before. It's no different from when everyone started accusing Sakura. And I'm no different either. I still can't stop anyone. What? Why are you yelling all of a sudden? Because look. Oh, hi, Monokuma. I'm very, very angry! Angry at what? At the thief! That's right. I'm very sad to have to tell you there's a thief in your midst. Huh? What? My precious! They stole it! Is it the knife?
Your teacher had such faith in you.
And this is how you repay me?
With betrayal?
Reality is filled with so much hardship, isn't it? No wonder people run away into their fantasies. Ghost says Byakuya laughing is a scary scene. Can't imagine him laughing. But what the heck is your precious? I hope all of you get stuck in a hiring freeze and die penniless on the street. Is it the knife? Does anyone have any idea what that might mean? It likely has something to do with Kyoko. Who else other than her would be willing and able to steal something from Monokuma? Did Kyoko really steal something from Monokuma? But if that's true, what was it? And why would she do that? Wait a minute, it's nighttime already?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't miss the bed song. Bye.
Uh-oh, we need to get out of here.
You know?
We can talk about this more tomorrow. And about Kyoko? However, after what just happened with Monokuma and Kyoko, I feel like there's something in the air. I would suggest you take extra precautions tonight. Stay in your rooms. Don't go wandering around.
Well,
Not like we need you to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Well then, let's disperse. See you all tomorrow. Following his lead, each of us went back to our rooms. How does Kyoko go back to her room? Yeah, I'm thinking it's the knife. I think the safest place would be in my desk drawer. But anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? She can't get into her room. What's she gonna do? Is there something I can do? Something I can... Yeah, let Kyoko sleep in my room. Or not. Kyoko! As I opened my eyes, I realized I'd fallen asleep without realizing it. But more important, did I hear the doorbell? Kyoko!
hey,
I'll be waiting for you in the dressing room. See you there. Hey, wait, Kyoko! Without acknowledging me, Kyoko disappeared into the depths of the darkened hallway. I know we're not supposed to go out during nighttime, but I can't just not go. Okay. Okay, now what?
hey,
Sorry for asking you to meet with me so late. It's okay, I'm used to it.
correct.
Indeed.
So then,
Well then, let me get straight to the point. It's something you can't talk about in front of the surveillance cameras, right? So does that mean... Does this have something to do with whatever you stole from Monokuma? Monokuma told us earlier that someone had stolen something from him. Was it you?
indeed.
That's... Oh! So I was right. But what did you steal?
So,
I stole this. A key. But looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It was probably the only key of its kind on Earth. Where did you get this?
so,
From the headmaster's room. How did you get in? You snuck into the headmaster's room? But wasn't it locked?
however,
The lock was broken. What?
correct.
It was Sakura. She did it for us. She did?
Indeed.
Remember what she said in her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. So Sakura broke into the headmaster's room for us?
That's right.
That's right. So that we can uncover whatever secrets might lay hidden within. She did that for us. She violated the school regulations to help us. She'd already decided to die, so her last act was to defy the rules of this place.
Indeed.
I noticed the room was open after the class trial was over yesterday. But if I just strolled into the room, Monokuma would have noticed right away, which is why I used you as a decoy. So you asked me to meet you at the data center in order to...
Correct.
Correct. I wanted you to draw Monokuma's attention. I took that opportunity to sneak into the headmaster's room. As a result, I found this key. Good job, Kyoko. Then what you told me about yesterday, did that come from the headmaster's room too?
Mikuro Ikusaba,
Alright, the Mikuro Ikusaba count is at 4.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Did you find out about this Mikuro Ikusaba while you were in there?
Indeed.
I did find a file in the headmaster's room that talked about her, yes. I don't know all about the details yet, but one thing I do know is that Mikuro Ikusaba is dangerous. Dangerous?
In other words,
She may very well be the mastermind. Mastermind? But didn't Alter Ego say that the headmaster was probably the mastermind?
wrong.
No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right. To make such a strong statement without proof, it's not like Kyoko at all. But if it isn't the headmaster, does that mean Mikoro Ikusaba really could be the mastermind?
Anyway,
This key is the one big opportunity we've been waiting to get our hands on. Now that we've grasped it, we can't let it go, can we? Sure, but I mean, what's this key even unlock?
so
I need you to draw Monokuma's attention again while I go and find out. Wait, so you're planning on sneaking back in again? You can't, that's way too dangerous. And you want me to draw his attention? But we don't actually know if there's just one mastermind, right? If there's more than one person watching us...
is that right?
But they didn't catch on last night, right? Maybe we just got lucky.
Hey,
Or maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Like I said, we didn't get caught last night. But as you said, maybe it was pure luck. Which is why we're going to run the experiment one more time. And if we're successful again, then what may have been just lucky guesses will be proven true. As Kyoko talked, she was calm and collected as ever. I couldn't help but just stand there and listen. Oh, good night. Oh, I thought you said good night, Kana, but it says, gosh darn it, Kana.
hey,
If it's true that the mastermind can't watch us and control Monokuma at the same time, then there would have to be a period of time where the mastermind is vulnerable. What we need to do is find out for sure if that's actually true, and if we can exploit it. Maybe, but no matter what the reward, the risk is just too high. And I think what might happen if we fail,
why is that?
I don't think you need to worry all that much. After all, with minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. No restrictions have been placed on our efforts to solve the mystery, am I wrong? Even when I took the key, I didn't break any rules as far as I can tell. But if the mastermind decides to do something, all the rules in the world won't matter. He could just kill us all without a second thought. I see. In that case, even if the plan fails, we'll still be able to prove or disprove that hypothesis. What?
Correct.
In a moment of crisis, will the mastermind break their own rules or adhere to them no matter what?
In other words,
We gain something, whether we succeed or not. Now there's no reason not to do it, right? Good.
if you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
That's very true. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey,
Am I wrong? At that moment, I finally realized I had never seen the slightest hint of fear or despair in Kyoko's eyes. Her gaze was firmly fixed on the mystery ahead, the enemy standing before us, and with that in view, she just smiled. I can't change how I feel, and wouldn't if I could. And Kyoko took something from her coat pocket and held it out to me. Huh? What's this?
it's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. If something happens,
However,
I'm not planning on dying, but there's always a chance of it. And a death without meaning is unappealing.
hey,
Please, I want you to hold on to it for me. Fine, I'll hold on to it just because you asked me to. But I'm gonna give it back at some point, you can be sure of that.
indeed.
Yes, of course.
Hey,
Oh, and one more thing. You can't tell anyone about what I've discovered. Sure, because there's a chance the mastermind might find out, right?
indeed.
Well, there's that too. Huh? You mean there's something else?
Wow.
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. I can't just forget that
So
easily.
then,
Okay, then shall we begin?
Makoto,
I'm counting on you, Makoto. I just have to get Monokuma's attention, right? I'll give it my best shot.
goodbye.
I'm going on ahead. The rest is up to you. Her curt goodbye was no different from any other time. And like every other time, she moved at a brisk pace as she left. What wasn't like every other time was the sudden knot I feel in my stomach as I watched her walk away. No, everything's gonna be fine, I know it. Because it's Kyoko. Talking to myself helped shake off some of my anxiety, and then I got to work. Okay, let's do this. Hey, Monokuma, you can see me, right? Get out here. I've got a bone to pick with you. Then a few moments later... Hey there!
Monokuma appears!
Well, this is a surprise, you being the one to call me out.
Hey!
By the way, huh?
Most suspicious.
Going to the bathhouse, just the two of you in the middle of the night? Definitely a hot and steamy moment, wouldn't you say? So warm and wet, so wet and warm. I bet you guys were moved to conform with local and international censorship laws all over her, didn't you? Not gonna talk, huh? Sure, I get it. Well, whatever. Unlike you, I have absolutely no interest in late-night bath scenes. Because I like to maintain a healthy life of observation, far away from X-rated exploits. Oh, so this is why there's no surveillance cameras in the bathhouse. Bullseye! Or is it maybe because the lens got all fogged up and you can't see anything anyway? Huh? Sounds like that's the bullseye to me.
You need something?
You went all that trouble to get me out here. Now what do you want? Oh, well, there's just something I wanted to confirm with you. Whether I'm a mademoiselle or a dude fella.
Actually,
But in the Bear Kingdom, there is no male or female. Yeah, there is. Actually there is. Seriously?
my entire existence.
That's enough. I'll get stuck if I think about it too much. So what did you really want to ask me? Oh, well, you told us earlier that your precious had been stolen. What's this precious of yours?
What do you think?
Listen, I'm sure this is a silly question. No way it's possible and all, but is that seriously what you dragged me out here to ask me? You've gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be 100 megaton freaking kidding me. You're not gonna ask me something useful like how to get the best honey or earth sign breeding tips? This is just crazy. Are all pubescent teen boys as nutty as you? Gosh, you're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and something. That's it. What was the second thing? It's a blank, stupid. A secret. Fill it in yourself. Making me trudge all the way out here for that? I'd like to see what's going on in that brain of yours. And the next time you summon me for something stupid, I'll open up your skull and find out. Oh no, he left. Come on, Kyoko, come on.
Monokuma Theater, brought to you by Spike Toonsoft Company Limited.
Sakura? What's going on? What is happening? Oh, it's a giant Monokuma? Huh? It's just dancing. Sakura's Revenge, the game the world has been waiting for. Unfortunately, the development has been cancelled. Of course, if enough people buy Danganronpa, who... Let me read the whole thing! Oh, we get another Monokuma Theater. This super stylish, super fashionable game was cancelled during development, but it'll start back up again if Danganronpa sells well.
Then you guys have to recommend it to your friends, too.
Sure thing. That's more the kind of game I would play.
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
My body feels so heavy this morning. It must be because I was up so late last night. Anyway, I need to get to the dining hall. Okay, I think I'm going to save here. Let's make sure it's saved. Yes, it did. Alright. So, I think that's going to be it for the stream tonight. So anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. So thank you guys all for hopping on. Kana, Dankness, Ghost, Jadu, Kel, enjoy this night. I'm sure more people were here earlier. I can't remember. Have I forgotten anyone? So anyways, thank you guys all for hopping on. So, what's my thoughts on the chapter? Oh, Manuel, thank you for coming too. My thoughts on the 4th chapter, I don't know. This game is like, I don't even know. I really don't know. So yeah, good night everyone. I hope you guys all do well, and if you're not doing well, remember that you are still very loved.